Hey, you like my I will cut my nails till they're nice and sharp. And then I'm gonna but anyways, oh my mic is not on. You know what I'm saying. Stupid ass me. There we go. Son of a bitch. Okay, I'm gonna just do my eyes and then a reaction to a reaction, but whatever, because I love Radiant Brit and I'm very interested in this subject. So I thought we would learn together from her. Is that okay? I mean, or is that wrong? I don't know. I don't have to watch the whole thing, but I did want to sit and see what she's got to say. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to, shall we, bitch? We shall.
Right, tonight we're here to talk about Dee Dee Blanchard. Because of the recent FOIA request that was submitted, there's been obviously a ton of information coming out about what GYPSY was doing, what Nick was doing, what Dee Dee was doing. And today I want to focus on what was Dee Dee up to shortly before GYPSY decided to end her mother's life. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. So I figured let's talk about it. So if you're interested, please keep watching.
Oh no, what's wrong, honey?
So Dee Dee Blanchard's search is in this FOIA request, and what she was searching for before she was allowed to buy her own daughter is quite interesting. So one of the things that she was looking into was 5 drugs kids steal most from parents. And that tracks. We know
she was stealing medication to bring to Dan because I don't know if like she was just giving it to him because she was trying to seduce him or whatever. But that's what I believe, and I do believe she was also taking them. You know what I'm saying? So we know. Dee Dee knew. She wasn't stupid.
that GYPSY was taking her mother's medication. And I think that that's something.
Oh, honey.
How
Did
do
they
I
give you
say
anything
this?
for it?
I don't want to put too much out there, but I resonate with this because the thought of taking medication that your unhealthy mother, father, whomever, taking that medication and using it for yourself, I really think that those people should be just buried or sent, onto an island so that they can deal with themselves and, none of the normal citizens that, exist in whatever country. The reason that I'm saying that is because I have dealt with this um, in a certain form. And again, I don't want to overshare, but if you are capable of stealing medication from your own mother that needed it, may karma find you very quickly. Now, we know the narrative that GYPSY has always put out is that her mother never wanted anything good for her. She was in control. She was trying to make her daughter ill and lying to everybody. And
Totally
poor
not
little
true.
GYPSY had to go through all of this. Dee Dee Blanchard was looking into how to help GYPSY with her mental health. She was looking into the Burrell Center, which helps children with, different kinds of therapy. And it says that they have specialized services for the developmentally disabled. She was looking into this. How are you going to try to say that she wanted nothing good for GYPSY? She actually wanted GYPSY far away from her and felt like maybe if I go ahead and, put her into.
Dee Dee was looking up homeless shelters because she had told GYPSY she wanted her out. They had had an argument. They weren't getting along at all. And I believe wholeheartedly that Dee Dee was just like, I have to get her out. But she's not evil and is just going to kick her daughter out on the streets. So she was looking up, homeless shelters and, just trying to peruse the internet for the issues that she was dealing with at that moment. But notice how a lot of paperwork in her medical records, as well as her mom, always bring up her developmental delays. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's a part of her microdeletion, but if she is dealing with, a delayed, I can't think of how I want to say this, but it's wild to me to think that, in some ways she's like extremely smart, and then in other ways it's just like she's lost in her own little reality, which I believe she's always had, but she's never gotten help for it. You know what I'm saying? There's no fucking way that this wasn't noticed long before the videos and everything else. You know what I mean?
To therapy, then things will change. More interestingly, she was also looking into Missouri homeless shelters.
You're right. All the garbage bags around the house, like she was packing to go. You know what I'm saying? There was already a plan for her to leave. And then she changes the narrative to, I was trapped. I couldn't get out. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever, bitch. And I can't do her voice. So I'm sorry if I sound weird. I'm trying. I have a very deep womanly voice. So when I try to do her voice, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
You're not looking into homeless shelters for the fun of it on a random day in May. That's not the way that it goes. Dee Dee was trying to get Gypsy out of the house.
Yep.
She was a legal adult. She was going off the rails, doing all this crazy nonsense.
Yeah.
Dee Dee wanted her away from the home. And
the
search history and the fact that she's looking, looking at homeless shelters and way to get therapy for this, living demon that she has as a child does not even remotely match up with what Gypsy has tried to make people believe. Just to kind of round out my thoughts on what Dee Dee was doing, I wanted to kind of elaborate a little more on the Burrell Center. And per their website, it says, we are a growing community mental health center that connects with more than 40,000 clients across 18 counties in Missouri. It also says that they have over 600 clinicians. They strive to create individualized care plans, and their staff collaborates with families, schools, healthcare systems, and other networks to provide the appropriate care for each situation. Dee Dee Blanchard was trying to help Gypsy.
She was.
She saw that, like I said, she's got this demon as a child. She was trying to get far away from Gypsy, and was also trying to help her. The entire narrative yet again is proven to be incorrect, and anyone that wants to believe Gypsy, how long are you going to ignore the facts? Everything is laid out there. We are no longer going to give second and third chances to the little gremlin. Even if you had before, I hope that you change your mind to close
the Twin Tower things. Oh. Hi, hi, Rashonda Carter. Sorry, for some reason I can't read. And John Lowry, thank you. I love that you love that I'm live. That makes me feel so good in my heart and soul. Let's continue. Sorry, guys.
Close out the video, I want to talk about Ken for just a second. Ryan Anderson was recently on a live stream over on TikTok with Perez Hilton. Perez Hilton, I've touched on before. He's kind of known as like a celebrity gossip person. He was doing it long before social media was around. That's who he is. Either way, they were on this live stream. Ken gets mentioned. And the question of, is Ken gay, came up again.
Oh, Jesus.
Ryan thinks that it's so funny anytime he has the opportunity to talk about this. I don't care what Ken is.
Right.
What he chooses, what he does in the bedroom,
doesn't even
don't
matter.
care. Don't care about what he did 5 years ago in the bedroom or on a random date. I do not care. What I do care about is the fact that he chose to have a child with a GYPSY Rose Blanchard and defend how she has carried herself post-prison.
The rumors about Ken being gay, allegedly, she started them herself.
She did.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, she told me, so. But I don't know if she started them herself.
Yes, she did.
That's what I heard.
I do know that she always thought that because in their whole time together, he never tried to have phones with her. So she always thought he was gay for that reason. She always thought Ken was gay because he never tried to have phones. And that's the truth.
Okay. Now,
and I've heard many people come out and say they've hooked up with him and stuff like that. So
men?
Yeah.
I think that when we get into these waters of, oh, well, I don't like so-and-so, or I don't believe them because they were gay or they are gay, how small-minded do you have to be to look at something like that? And Ryan Anderson is a great example. Like, what is so funny about that? Let's focus on who he is as a person instead of whether he's gay, straight, bi, was gay 7 years ago. Don't care. Let's focus on his character and the choices that he has made, especially over the last few years, because it's shameful.
I'm
always here to
literally only concerned about talking about the case and trying to put pieces of the puzzle together so that we can better understand what happened. And we're not going to ever be able to hold GYPSY accountable because she is never going to be accountable. You know what I'm saying? But it's just so fascinating finding out all these things and putting it all together and everybody talking with one another, which is and brings me way closer to what I wanted to talk about tonight, because one thing that I cannot stand is when people will be in the comments of a creator, whether it's a live or a video, and do nothing but either bash that creator or bash other creators. This one's better than that one. There's a whole, I don't like that shit. So don't be in my comments doing that. I'm seriously serious. Like, bottom line, full stop. Do not sit there and do that. I am a creator. If you like me, you like me. You're allowed to like other creators. I am not in a competition, and I am doing this because I care deeply about the case, and I really honestly don't even acknowledge other creators other than the one drama that I brought up with between Nina and Straight Outta Context, because that's ridiculous what she started doing. Awful. I don't care who says it. I didn't like it. Okay? It doesn't mean she's a bad person. It's just that I didn't like how she moved herself, how she, you know what I'm saying, did what she did. And she said she was sorry, but you know what I'm saying? And so I don't want all that fucking bullshit in my comments, okay? If you like me, you like me. You are totally allowed to love other creators. You are totally allowed to have your own opinion. You're totally allowed to talk and bring up your opinion, and who knows, you might persuade someone to believe what you believe. But don't do that fucking competition bullshit in my comments, please. I value my content very much, and I work very hard at it. I'm not in competition with nobody. Okay, let's continue.
To give someone a little shame, and I love that. But those are my thoughts for tonight. If you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe.
Maybe he is. I wonder. That's a good point. That's so cute. And then I also, but that was 3 hours ago. I don't want to take her videos so soon. Oh yeah, Dustin Daly did one, and I wanted to check that out with you guys, if you don't mind. I'm bored. I thought I would sit here and hang out. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I got a couple videos I got to do after this, but it's fine. I wanted to...
I wish you would be here.
hang on a second before I get into that. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Son of a bitch. Damn it. Shit. It was something good. Oh well, I'm gonna think about it. Totally erased my mind.
It'd be so nice to hold you and kiss you. Make love. I can't wait. Seems like forever.
Oh, that felt like forever. Holy shit.
Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Dustin, and
that's
I am back
not right.
with another video, and today...
Hey, you don't start videos like Dustin. What is wrong with you? I love you, honey. Okay? But you don't, please don't ever start a video like that ever again in your life. Okay? Because I almost left immediately. That was just too much. I love you, honey, but, you know, ease into it a little bit because, whoa. Okay? Whoa. That's all I'm saying.
We're going to be talking about Gypsy Rose because with the release of the GYPSY files, it seems like she just cannot act right. We're going to get into the false copyright strike where she's literally trying to silence people talking about her case. Also going to get into some of the lies that she's been telling that have been completely debunked. And get this, she wrote about them in her book. So if you're here for that, stay tuned to this video.
By now, we all know that Gypsy Rose loves to tell a tale. And we've caught her in many of them. And she likes to use a lot of excuses, blaming family, friends, her co-author. But this one she can't blame on anyone. And it even clears at least one abuse allegation she has made against her mother. Let's get into it.
So if you've been following me covering this whole Gypsy Rose debacle, you would know that I've referred to Audrey several times. I feel like she knows.
Dude, Audrey is the shiz. Okay, I love her. I love her and I love Ashley. And see, I want to give other creators love. You know what I'm saying? I would congratulate the creators for the work that they put in and appreciate it and not make us be in a competition. You know what I'm saying? Bring love and kindness. I want to see other creators succeed. I want to succeed. There's enough for everybody. Okay? We don't have to fight over nothing. You can love all of us. You can hate all of us. Whatever. Just saying. I got a little mad because I was a little bit, my feelings was hurt. You know what I'm saying? I had to, it just, too much. Okay. I won't bring it up anymore. All right. Let's continue.
Gypsy Rose like I do Jaclyn Hill and James Charles. Audrey is a subject matter specialist when it comes to Gypsy Rose, so that's why I use her videos. Full credit goes to her. I'm going to link her TikTok as well as her YouTube channel down below, so you guys can definitely go check her out because she is not letting up on Gypsy Rose. But let's get into this receipt that she has that completely disputes Gypsy Rose's words from her book.
As you can see right here, this is from her book. She says, so on March 12th, 2015, I dressed up in a Cinderella costume dress and tiara to accompany Mama to a live-action film version of Cinderella. She goes on to talk about her period and her diaper. I'm not going to read that to you.
I've always really struggled with the reason why Gypsy Rose got a book. Why did she deserve a book deal? She literally plotted and manipulated people to kill her mother, and she ended up doing prison time for it. That really does send the wrong message. But like I said before, I feel like Gypsy Rose consumed way too much television, specifically about witches, werewolves, vampires, you know, that kind of thing. And now there's even videos coming out of her role-playing and cosplaying the 50 Shades of Grey characters. It's bizarre, it's weird, and it's so strange. And there's also another video of her at 23 years old performing Frozen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
No, I don't want to do anything around you that involves sharp objects like shovels, knives, anything. You know, matter of fact, I don't want to be anywhere around you, much less build a snowman with your ass.
Come on, let's go and play.
She's always been fucking weird.
But she says, my Prince Charming was literally going to appear as planned any second. So I want you to focus on this. March 12th is when she met Nick at the movie theater. And I want you to remember what they did at the movie theater. Says that he couldn't really
be the diaper or the Chris.
You're so right. There's so much evidence left behind that. Seriously, if she would have went to trial, she done. She probably would have got the death penalty, but to be honest with you, I don't know if they have it in Louisiana, but I'm just saying she would be a perfect candidate because what she did was vile and disgusting. It's just a heinous crime. And I don't know why our country allows somebody to get 8 years for doing something like that. And I don't care. I know she didn't she says she didn't directly do it herself, but I believe otherwise. And I've told my story on what I think happened, but I digress. She is a monster in a tiny little frame, Big things come in little packages, you know what I'm saying?
Crispy wigs or anything like that. Her face. Yeah.
She goes on to say how her and her mother got into a fight after the movie theater that night. And in Gypsy's book, she oddly
You have such interesting information in the comments. I'm reading it. I just love it. Hang on. Let me see it again. On that example of date, March 12th, 2015, another little girl's life was taken in Branson, yet the minute this happened, it got backtracked and ignored. Damn. There was so much going on in 2015 in that area, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Manson got right. You know what I'm saying? And he orchestrated all of it, and he definitely got life. He didn't get no damn plea deal. What the hell is going on?
Is this line saying that her mother said, "Gypsy, I swear if I die, it'll be you that killed me. You already tried to shoot me once." Anyways, she goes,
Dee Dee, honey, love, why didn't you think, hey, she shot me and she chased me with a dagger? I think she was looking up mental health things, but I think you needed to hurry up a little bit more because it was, you didn't have much time there, but I guess you don't know, but damn, it's just such a diabolical thing to think about,
Goes on to say that her mother called her a whore.
Now, Gypsy, what exactly would you call it? I mean, you were sending
change my sweater
out to everybody. As you guys could tell in that last video that I uploaded, I showed you the clip where she was talking about her. Oh. And she has all these different alter egos, Demona, Ruby, all these different things that she conjured up in her mind to fulfill this fantasy that she had. So what exactly would you call it? I'll wait.
And then wheeled her outside to the shed and even goes into grave detail about what happened, saying how she begged her mother to stop. "She pushed me into the shed. Get out of the chair," she said. "Been alone in the dark, back where nobody would think to look for us. I transferred myself out of the chair as if my legs really didn't work." And she even goes on to say that her mother took her wheelchair from her. And she claims that she begged, "Mama, don't just leave me here. Mama, the spiders."
I don't know if it's just me being over analytical or missing something, but if she had to pretend like she transferred herself out of this wheelchair in front of Dee Dee, would that not mean that she was also hiding the fact that she could walk from Dee Dee?
She was. She was hiding the fact that she could walk from Dee Dee until 2011. And then when Dee Dee found out, she covered for her ass. Why, I don't know. But I guess it would be really, really, difficult to go out and tell the community that, hey, all this time my daughter was lying. I mean, her legs was paralyzed for a little while, but she got the feeling back. She decided not to tell her mother. It's just one sad decision after another. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it was a Freudian slip or something. I don't know, but that definitely sticks out.
And then she details how she had no way to get a hold of Nick. So she was wondering, is he asleep? Did he get back on his bus? All those thoughts. And then she starts talking about a really weird dream where Christy and her dad were her save-a-hoes. Her that Dee Dee wasn't her real mother. It's giving bizarre. But most importantly, she says, "Mama didn't come to let me out of the shed until about noon." So her claim is she was in the shed after the movie until noon the next day. So from March 12th till the morning of March 13th, right?
Now, what you're about to see is what I mean when I say that you will no longer see Gypsy Rose be able to lie her way out of things, because she has documented in her own words in her book what happened. I'm assuming that she didn't anticipate that there would be people on the internet that would dig into this. And the receipt you're about to see Audrey show you guys completely refutes and disputes everything that Gypsy Rose said in her book about this time period of her mom locking her in this shed.
However, at 2:49 a.m., when Gypsy claims she was in that shed with no wheelchair and no way to get a hold of Nick, she was posting on Facebook, "Best night ever."
That's strange. This girl has literally lied about everything. I don't know how she thought she would be able to keep all this shit together and remember shit so that she didn't sound like an idiot, because it's insane. This whole case is just insane. Every turn you make, there's another discovery. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody's always coming out with new things. It's like I have to sit down and think about how I want to word things, because I hate to sound like a moron, but sometimes it's just like the words aren't coming to me. I don't know why. But do you guys understand what I'm saying? It's just diabolical. And it's like, it reminds me of how there's parallels in the universe. And I'm, like the whole theory that, there's different, like say you make a decision. Well, there's always going to be a timeline where you didn't make that decision, or whatever, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of think about that in this instance. And then the way she's role playing, the just weird shit she does, she should have been in mental health treatment like way long ago,
Heart emoji. But that's not all. She was also commenting on Facebook at 6:50 a.m.
Right.
And again at 6:54 a.m.
It's hard to wrap your head around all of this, because it's like not one thing here and maybe one thing here, but the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Where is the truth? The truth is so spread out that it's like, oh my God, how do I put the truth together? You know what I'm saying? It's so wild. Oh, my mic's been off. I'm such a moron. I'm talking to you. Did you hear anything I said? I'm so sorry. I'm dumb.
Was not locked in a shed on the night of March 12th without a phone, going into the morning of March 13th till noon, like she claims.
Now, it really seems like the lies that Gypsy has told over the years are really starting to catch up with her quickly. And recently, she just started this podcast where every other word that she says is And if you haven't guessed already, like every other person that has committed murder and got out of prison and had to face the public, Gypsy Rose has turned to God. And now she's preaching about how she doesn't owe anybody access to her thoughts, her opinions, or anything that happened in her past. She only has to take that up with God.
So the one thing that I am leaving behind.
Gypsy Rose, fuck you. I spit. I can't stand you. I can't stand you. Why can't you just be accountable for the shit you did? You owe your mother that. You make me so ill, dude.
This year is the need to explain myself and my past.
No. I feel like some things you do in life, like murder, you have to explain that, especially when you have so many inconsistencies. Girl, how can you say in a book?
And you're a public figure. You can't just take that away and think that, I can patent my name or whatever the fuck you're doing with it. And then nobody can talk about me. You really are stupid. Some things you do and say, I'm just like, yep, there's the micro deletion. There it is. In full fucking force. And here it is again. Gypsy Rose, come back to fucking reality. Because God, he says, thou shalt not kill. Therefore, that's the very first one, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know for sure. And my mic's off again because I'm a stupid ass. But you know what I'm saying? Like, Can't you tell when you're making some weird ass decision? I understand that, you know, you're mentally behind a little bit. But, you know, some things somebody needs to step in and like stop your ass. Or maybe you're too feisty. I bet that's what it is. Bitch. I know we would. Hi, Karen. Okay, it was okay. Good, you heard me. I'm glad because I think it picks up through the through my webcam as well. So I know I would be a nervous wreck all the time if I had to do that lies with everything. I mean, it's not one or two. Like I said, it's a fucking web of lies, a huge one. And this spider's like from Australia, and he's building. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh.
Something happened one way.
I just want to say thank you guys for being in my live stream also. If you can, please like it and stuff like that. And if you're not a subscriber, I hope that I earn your subscription. And I just wanted to say I really love you and I appreciate you. Sorry if I get a little upset sometimes. It's not because of you guys. I love you. Okay.
But then receipts come out later with actual timestamps disputing exactly what you said in your book. There's actually people now talking about how she could get sued for this. I don't know how that's possible. Any legal scholars or anybody that may follow me that may know, let me know down below because I do find that interesting.
And I think unless he's retired, I don't know.
That you put out is the truth. Then you had people spend their hard-earned money on it, and then it just comes out that what you're saying is a fabrication of what actually happened, girl. Like, how can you say that your mom locked you in a shed with a dirt floor when the shed allegedly didn't even have a dirt floor, and you were posting on Facebook at 6 o'clock in the morning when you allegedly had no access to a phone? Work that out.
Because the fact is,
doesn't she look
no
weird?
one needs.
I know I keep pausing at a really bad spot for her, but she looks strange, right? She wears these wigs and they're too big for her head. For one, she's got the microcephaly. That's another reason she's got, you know, mental delays because the head is so small. I'm serious. Look it up. And she should be buying wigs for kids or getting them specialty done or something like that. Sometimes she puts on these wigs and she looks foolish. This one's not too bad. But some of them, I'm like, oh my God, you look like that Barbie girl, the one that's always going out with only white men. I don't know if you guys know, but she reminds me of her sometimes.
Needs access to my thoughts, my emotions, or my healing. And that is something that I am learning to put in God's hands and let go of what I can't control.
Well, in this live stream that I was on with everyone and Into the Weeds, they played a clip of this podcast, and apparently GYPSY Rose believes that she can just restrict people using this clip, even if it's for fair commentary and criticism. So immediately today, when I realized that this had happened, I saw that Into the Weeds posted that GYPSY Rose copyright claimed the live stream that she had re-uploaded. I immediately thought about the other day when we found out how GYPSY Rose went through the upso to trademark her name. And when I posted that short, I believe that I was right on the money. So
you are hilarious. You that. Oh yes, she would learn a lot though. I learned a lot watching them. Sometimes they know some tricks. You know, work smarter, not or work. Wait, what? What is it again? Work smarter, not harder. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes I swear I have the deletion. I don't know what's going on. I keep having like my twitches and stuff like that because we don't need to get into that.
You guys check this out.
Okay, so GYPSY Rose is mad that people keep talking about her, and apparently someone whispered to her, just trademark your name, that'll shut them up, which respectfully, no, that's not how any of this works, girl. So yes, she filed a trademark for GYPSY Rose Blanchard, not for her whole existence, not for the English language, for podcast production services. And that is it. Now, what I'm not sure if Gypsy knows or not, a trademark is not a mute button. It doesn't stop commentary. It doesn't stop YouTube videos. It doesn't stop documentaries. It doesn't stop people saying your name on the internet. It just doesn't. This isn't a copyright. This isn't a gag order. This is basically a fancy label that says, hey, don't start a podcast using my name. That's it. And here's the part I think that she was really misled on. I don't know where she's getting her information from. Even if a trademark is approved, and it's a big F, it's a big one, people can still talk about her, criticize her, analyze her, make videos, memes, make hour-long videos and deep dives if they want to with timestamps. Like, they can do all of that because free speech still exists and you cannot restrict it. Sorry, girl. So personal names are actually way harder to trademark. You have to prove your name works as a brand, not just as a person people already know. You're infamous, not famous, girl. And the proof that she used, and in
Amberlynn's words, she's infamous. Okay, if you know, you know.
Instagram profile, yep. Which the UPSO might look at and go, "No, we're not going to approve that because that doesn't meet our minimum requirements."
Oh yeah,
literally there to prevent brand confusion, not to like stop discomfort and people from talking about you. They are not a PR service. Chips.
If you're talking about Jeffree Star, yeah, he's confident. If that's who it is, he's a very, you know. No. Are you talking about Jeffree Star? Let me look. Come on. My computer is so slow. It's being an asshole. Oh, you know what? Don't get mad at the computer. Okay. Shh. Well, anyways, yeah, Jeffree Star's oh yes, okay. He's super confident, he loves himself, and you know what? He doesn't cross anybody unless they cross him first. You know what I'm saying? But I think he drew the line at Gypsy Rose. Like, you killed your mother. I'm not supporting that. You know, I just can't. And he doesn't want to put his name on somebody like that, stupid ass. Bitch, not your stupid ass. You know what I mean? I meant her, not you. That sounded so bad. Anyways, I don't mean to insult you.
See? So just so you know, this isn't going to silence anyone. It's not a legal kill switch. It's not going to stop anyone from discussing you at all, ever. It's just a podcast trademark. And honestly, girl, whoever told you this would fix it, they were super wrong. And you should probably speak to a real lawyer.
But we've seen this type of thing before with Manny MUA and T-Spill, where he filed a false copyright.
What? Yeah. Hi, everybody. Chris, say hi.
Complaint and took down her video that she made about him. And this seems like it's a similar situation. We've seen Jeffree Star do that same thing because way back in the day, he did that to John Cookie. And I'm not entirely sure if Gypsy Rose really understands the ramifications of what she did, because if you do that, if you fill out that form and sign your name on it, and it is not, in fact, copyright infringement as you claim it to be, you can get sued for that and you can face fines. And they can even take down your YouTube channel, even if it's not connected to the email you use, because I know you have a YouTube channel you're trying to grow over here. So like I said in the beginning of this video, I don't know if it's Gypsy acting out, trying to divert attention away from these Gyps Team File videos that keep dropping, because it seems like with every drop, they just continually get worse and worse and worse. And even the mainstream media now is talking about how bad some of these are. I haven't even covered the worst on here because I don't even know if I can cover the worst on here. It's actually that bad.
It is really mentally straining to talk about this all the time. In fact, you know, I'll take breaks sometimes because it's just so hard to go through over and over. And I often start feeling really heavy. And well, hey, don't take that out of context. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I feel like, you know, sadness for Dee Dee so much. It's hard. And it's like, I just want to give her the biggest hug in the world. Like, you know, I know you loved your daughter. We know now. She's been lying this whole time. How dare she? You were a good woman. You know, it's just so terrible. Like, even thinking about the ICE situations and the many lives that have been taken from that and everything like that, it's really hard to think about. No matter what you believe, no matter what your political beliefs are, it's still sad. You know, lives are lives, and for lives to be taken, you know, it's bigger and it's worth more than people give the credit for. Do you know what I'm saying? People take life for granted. It's a beautiful blessing. Anyways.
Bad. What she said she would have Nick go to John do with her 13-year-old daughter is absolutely diabolical, gross. And I feel like just for that reason alone, she shouldn't even be able to have kids after being in prison for murder. But that's just my 2 cents. But here's the part where I want to know yours. You guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. What do you think about this situation with this false copyright strike? Do you think that Gypsy Rose is ultimately going to take it back? Or do you think that she's just going to continually go and claim people's videos and try to control the narrative that's now being put out about her that's actually true?
Gypsy Rose, try me, bitch. Copyright one of my videos and see what happens. Try me, bitch. It's not a threat. It's a motherfucking promise. I dare you.